After 2 weeks, I logged into WordPress and it became extremely slow. So in this video, I'm gonna show you what is my process in troubleshooting configuration problems in terms of WordPress responsiveness. So let's quickly define the two different kinds of problems you will find in terms of WordPress responsiveness. The first problem would be easy solvable. This is a configuration problem. The other one would be more development problems like changing theme and software. Today we're going to be looking more in configuration problems, things we can quickly troubleshoot and fix without the need of a developer. So I'm in here my WordPress staging website, which is a sea of green, and in fact this is a live website with users on it. Once you're logged into WordPress, go down to tools. Under tools you will see site health. This is a feature within WordPress, and once we get into site health, click onto info, click on server, and there's three metrics that we are mostly concerned about. The first one would be your PHP memory limit. So the low PHP memory limit would explain why you would log in to WordPress after 2 weeks and it's slower than usual. If your site doesn't have sufficient resources allocated, it will run out of these resources and it will make your site slower. So this is definitely a reason why your site will become unresponsive or slow. The second most important metric here is time limit. Time limit, you want to have at least about 120 seconds to 300. For small sites like Sea of Green, this site is basically just the outframe of WordPress framework. So there's no real theme structure we're using on this theme. So that makes the website pretty small and it doesn't consume a lot of resources. So this website would be not fine, but it will get away with getting a time limit of 30 seconds. If the site was more complex with more plugins, a bigger site basically, then you would bump this up to at least 300. The same goes for max input time. You want to have this at least about 120 seconds to 300 seconds. If these metrics are not configured properly, your site will freeze and do a lot of weird stuff. These two metrics are typically default settings of WordPress that's allowing us to only upload 2 megabytes of in the media file, and the same for your posts. So here in the backend of Tunnel Guard, we go down to PHP MyInnie, and here we will find all the configuration settings. If we look here, we see there's 128 megabytes and we have 512, meaning that there is something not working properly on the site. Or that file is not functioning for the website, which is not likely. That leaves us the alternative that some sort of cache is interfering with updating these metrics. So now when we know that there is some sort of cache issue also going ahead because these metrics is not working, we can deactivate these metrics. Activate this again, update, go into WordPress, performance, W3 cache. And if you have any caching configured on your site, the best would be, especially when you have Zodiac, W3 cache is your better plugin. And if you do have cache configured, then you just need to clear cache or disable it. In our case, we're going to disable the cache. The cache that we're using on this particular website is more database caching. And this will be congruent with the idea that our PHP resources is not updating. So what we can see is that didn't clear. We're going to go to themes. We know we are using GeneratePress. Download that actually. We don't want to create one, it's just easier this way. So there's a child theme and we know it's downloading GeneratePress child theme. Let's go into WordPress again. add, upload theme, activate. So it's giving us an expired link. So this could also be an issue with the website running out of resources. So this is expected with the problem that we are sitting with now. So we can just change the URL, go into my VP admin, go under appearance again, themes, and we see the theme actually did install. So now we can go to theme file editor. Now we can select the child theme, select functions my PHP, and this code I will provide in the snippet below in the video. What these metrics are saying is we are updating the memory limit to 786 megabyte. So for every hosting company it would be different. For this particular host that we have, this is the maximum limit that we can set our memory limit. We also want to update the max execution time to at least 300 seconds to give WordPress more time to think when it handles documents. Max input var we can set to 3000. Upload max size. This is the amount of the file size you can upload within the media. So we updated that from 2 megabyte to 128 megabyte. The same as the maximum size of posts that you can make is now 128 megabyte. So once we added this code to our functions.php, I will include this in the description. We can go ahead and update. We just need to verify that this file is in fact saving. If you do not see file edited successfully once you updated the file, that means the settings did not take effect and something is wrong with your configuration on top here. So once we updated that, let's go into site health. We can simply right click, reload, click on server, and now we see our PHP memory limit updated. Also our PHP time limit updated to 300 seconds, so we're sitting with another couple of issues here. Our input vars did not update to 3000. Upload files did not change, and the same as max post file. So it means that these three settings, false settings, did not take effect. And we notice that these two metrics are disabled values. We can simply just enable them, upload, refresh, and the metrics did not populate correctly. From the main dashboard, we can go into advanced editor. We can see that the upload max file size is commented out, meaning that this metric is not taking an effect. So we can simply uncomment both these values, save, site health, reload. And that also did not do the trick. Back into the dashboard, file manager, public file, search for VP config, edit content, and what we can see is here is memory limit fine, and that is why we initially had the problem. We can comment this out. And now we're going to be using server defaults, and it is a cascadable effect. We need to find the metric to overwrite. So create a new rule here, and what we are essentially looking for is upload max file size. I'm going to copy that. We're going to place that. can also change the amount to 128 so my OCD doesn't get left behind. Reload server, and here we can see the actual values now updated. Alright, so I hope this was insightful. If you've got any questions, feel free to ask and I'll be happy to simplify.